for those of you not with us this morning, we're glad that you are able to be this together. But we would, of course, like to be more together. We would love to see you. We would really love to see you. We'd love for you to be here with us. With the Northwest facing tighter restrictions in the coming weeks, it's a real reminder, isn't it, that we're not going to come out of this quickly. We're not going to come out of this situation quickly. It's going to get harder and harder to bring ourselves out of the habits that we've developed over the last 6 months, which have become our everyday reality. It was painful, probably, but I imagine relatively easy to go into lockdown, wasn't it, in March? It was relatively straightforward. You just stopped doing some things. Many of us went into it quite optimistic that it would end quite soon. But it is going to get harder, and it is getting harder with every passing day to decide to come out of the restrictions and the habits of life which we're currently living in. It's going to get harder to decide to come back to church. So on behalf of the elders, I would love to invite you, if you're watching at home, to please come back to the church meeting. One thing I'm really sure of is that Church by the Bays meetings are one of the most secure public places that I've been to and that we could possibly be in. And one thing I know beyond everything else is that Christ has always called his people to do things which are physically risky for the good of their souls and for other people. However, I do think that the risk here is very, very low. Whatever the situation then, can I urge you please to think about what's going to be your next step towards meeting with God's people. It might be being open to just thinking about it and being ready to change your mind. It might be to pray to be ready for that to happen. I would always urge that. Or it might just be to simply decide to come. To just say, do you know what, I'm going to teach my heart a lesson, as is, fitting and wise with my health. We would love you to be here.